These are all in line on the course. Flag is up. And they're off.
Wow. They are like really spread out. Yeah.
That looks like Sweet Sensation off to an early start. Ponies coming around the turn and into the home lane. But we've got Sweet Sensation and alongside, Sweet Sensation ranging up alongside Lizzie, it looks like. It's hard to tell from here. Kiss Me Quick on the outside, beginning to make a run. Sweet Sensation, Kiss Me Quick, making a run. Sweet Sensation trying to sneak through on the inside. They've got about an 8 mile to run. Ponies coming down the lane hard and fast. Star of the Show's now got the lead. Sweet Sensation, Kiss Me Quick. Down to the wire they come, and it's going to be Star of the Show by about 2 lengths. Sweet Sensation, Kiss Me Quick.
Still got a few more. Just keep it in. You got to tell you got a bunch. Alright, got 2 more after this.
Unofficial winner number 1, Star of the Show from the Jumping Hill Farm. Cara Rafella rides, and here comes Lizzie.
Is your report like the winner's score?
They're all in line. And they're off.
Good.
Quickly away was Rascal, followed by June's Dream on the inside, ranging up boldly on the outside. That's Downhill Runner. Ruffle the Road moves up from the 4th spot, but that's Downhill Runner opening up about a 4-length advantage early. Ruffle the Road is now taking over the 2nd spot. Rascal in the 3rd spot, and June's Dream is back and forth. Going into the far turn, Downhill Runner now opens up about a 7-length, 8-length advantage. Ruffle the Road back in the 2nd spot. Rascal and June's Dream right behind there. They straighten into the turn, and that was Downhill Runner going a bit wide. They've got just over a 1/4 mile to run. Downhill Runner and Kelly Dodge showing the way. Ruffle the Road attempting to make a challenge here. Downhill Runner's got about a 6-length advantage with 3/16 of a mile to go. Ruffle the Road in the 2nd spot, and Rascal moving up from the 3rd spot to challenge that one. But it looks like it's going to be Downhill Runner. Downhill Runner's got just under an 1/8 of a mile to go. Downhill Runner and Kelly Dodge trying to make it all the way home. Downhill Runner, and that's Ruffle the Road, and here comes Rascal to try and nab the 2nd spot, but it's Downhill Runner.
2 more to go. 3 more actually. Oh no. 2 more after this. One more. That's it.
About to challenge that one. But it looks like it's going to be Downhill Runner. Downhill Runner's got just under an 1/8 of a mile to go. Downhill Runner and Kelly Dodge trying to make it all the way home. Downhill Runner, and that's Ruffle the Road, and here comes Rascal to try and nab the 2nd spot. But it's Downhill Runner. Compete with each other and not have to find themselves facing down a saluter or a ivory poacher or a horse who's won many top races.
Haphazard fashion.
And they're off.
Yep. See.
That looks like Lit. Possibly up and over the first fence. Everybody is up and over the first fence. Got 5 of them across the track. Royal Ruffle on the inside seems to be sneaking up into a little bit of an advantage. All up and over the second jump. We've got Royal Ruffle right about a 4 advantage. They'll disappear out of sight. The third fence is sort of down in the gap down there at the half-mile pole. Horses pretty well spread out as they go to the third jump. Field of 7 here.
It's a little hard to pick them up in there, so you go when you see them, how to sort of get.
Bunch of big jumps there. They're sort of closing the gap on one another a little bit. Royal Ruffle still there. Slide play and Lit. Little Ray M. And Comply With Me. Snar's Mystic continues to be your trailer.
See, they actually jumped a fence behind that, sort of right behind that tree that you can't see, but our other cameras. So don't worry too much about it.
Coming to the jump at the top of the stand, right at the top of the stretch right now. And that's Little Ray M now with a little bit of an advantage right there. Little Ray M.
Basically couldn't wait for those other ones. I was trying to.
That's Little Ray M, still with about a half to 3/4 of a length advantage. Comply With Me in the second spot. Right there alongside is Royal Ruffle and Laddie. Those 4 right there together.
Here.
Bit of a peck there from Lit and Molly Cheshire, but she stays together.
Here we'll stay. Probably they'll be
Back out into the country they go.
for this, and when they
Little Ray M
can actually get 2 in
and
one.
Royal Ruffle.
See what I did there?
Right together. Back in the third spot is Laddie, and then Comply With Me. But Little Ray M continues to show the way for Holly Kirk. Laddie moves up closer. Little Ray M, Royal Ruffle, Laddie, those 3 right together. Comply With Me has started to lose ground from those three. Little Ray M has got the inside track now as they make the last jump before the far turn. Those three all up and over. Little Ray M, Royal Ruffle, and Laddie.
So those are just too far behind. Well, I may try to get one or two over the next fence. There's a bit of a gap till the next fence.
Farther back we've got Lit and Snar's Mystic. That's actually Sly Pet Play and Snar's Mystic. Little Ray M still with the inside track here. They've got just under a mile to run. Little Ray M, Laddie. Sly Play is moving up into the third spot. Sly Play is starting to mount a bit of a challenge here.
Now here I'm going to get on these trailers because the others go out of sight.
Royal Ruffle, but that's still Little Ray M. Down in the valley they are for the last time. Little Ray M continues to show the way. Royal Ruffle and Laddie right there with them. These three have been out there kind of by themselves the whole time, and they continue to do that. Got just about a half a mile to run. Little Ray M, Royal Ruffle, and Laddie. Round the far turn. Little Ray M is being passed.
Now here you definitely want to stay with the leaders. This is where the race can develop.
They come up to the last. And it looks like a two-horse race to the wire between these two. And down the lane they come. Both riders asking for that one last bit. Right down to the wire. And that's Royal Ruffle pulling away from Little Ray M. On for third is Laddie.
Yeah, might have to look at the photo for that one. She pulled up. Really? Yeah. Still leads to finishers this one. This one's the next one will be the same.
Gentlemen Foxhunters to the paddock. Gentlemen Foxhunters to the paddock. Right down to the wire. And that's Royal Ruffle pulling away from Little Ray M. Okay, we're going to try this again. Big field of 9. And they are in perfect formation right now. They turn and go. And that was Panama Red jumping out to an early lead on the inside. Right alongside him is Scribbles. Scribbles up and over on top over the first fence. Panama Red light right there. Red back in the third spot. On the inside of the fourth spot is Sportin' Norton is ahead to the second. Scribbles and Panama Red only heads apart for the lead. Fred to their left, and right back there between them is Sportin' Norton. Little tip on the part of one of the riders there, but it's still Scribbles showing the way over Panama Red and Fred. Nice closely bunched field as they head to the third jump. Scribbles is going to show them the way. Panama Red just on his flank, Fred right behind him, and Sportin' Norton back in the fourth spot. We've got about 6 horses all gathered up pretty closely there. Scribbles still showing the way. Now Fred and Panama Red only heads apart for second and third. Sportin' Norton starting to make a bit of a move on the outside. Scribble now with a few lengths on the rest of the field, but here comes Panama Red again, and as they head to the infield, they're all bunched up. Panama Red looks like he's going to show the way. Fred and Scribble right there alongside. Sportin' Norton tucked in behind them. On the outside, beginning to make a little bit of a move is the Client. Panama Red continues to jump very well and show the way. Fred on his inside. The Client on the outside. Moving up for the pack is Rumpson now. Sportin' Norton right there with Scribble and Stewball. They head back out into the country. And Fred with the inside track has a little bit of an advantage over Panama Red, but sneaking through on the inside is Sportin' Norton. Sportin' Norton has jumped his way into the lead now. Stewball right behind him, but that's Fred alongside. Fred wants that lead, and so does Panama Red. Back out into the country they go, and the gentlemen are still trying to figure out who's going to win this one. They've got a little over a mile to run. Now it looks like Fred and Panama Red right together for the lead. The Client is moving up once again. Stewball is right there. Sportin' Norton is going to be saving some ground. Sportin' Norton with a bit of a sticky jump there. Fred and Panama Red continue to jump nicely on the front end. Anybody talking? ground there as he comes back to what was the first jump. Panama Red continues to be right there. Stu Ball, Sport, and Norton, the client, all right together. They've got about a mile to run, and they're going to start to run. The client is in a position to save some ground after this next jump. Fred's right there with him. Panama Red's going to show them the way into the turn. Followed by Fred, Stuball, Sport and Norton, the client. Down into the valley they go, and it's Panama Red's valley right now. Back up into view. Fred. Fred's got about a 2-length advantage right now. As they round the far turn, Bill Mutton and Fred continue to show the way. They seem to be stretching it out, but they've got 3/8 of a mile to go. They've got one more fence to go. Up and over is Panama Red and Stu Ball alongside Fred. But Fred continues to show the way. They've got a 1/4 of a mile run into the wire. Fred on top. Down the lane they come, and here comes Fred. That's Fred with about a 3-length advantage over Stu Ball, but here comes Panama Red. Down to the lane they come. It's a wide open race. Where those two officials have squished. That's Fred with about a 3-length advantage over Stu Ball, but here comes Panama Red. Down to the lane they come. It's a wide open race. Where those two close to go.
Ta-da!
Flag has been dropped, and they are off. And that's Do-What off to an early lead, it looks like. Do-What moving everybody else around a little bit. Now Southwoods and Hatboro Hurricane right together. Elbert and Fling on the inside flank of Southwoods right down. Do-What has moved back into the 4th spot. Down the hill they come to the 2nd fence. And it looks like Bitsy Patterson and Elbert and Fling will show the way to the 2nd fence. Elbert and Fling with a little bit of a sticky jump there. Hatboro Hurricane jumps cleanly as does Southwoods and Do-What. Round the turn to the 3rd. Elbert and Fling with about a 2.5 length advantage over Hatboro Hurricane. Another 3.5 back to Southwoods, and bides his time back there along with Do-What and the veteran Patty Miller. To the third they go. Elberton Fling, 2.5 lengths over Hatboro Hurricane. Back in the third spot is Southwoods, and Do What continues to be the trailer. Out on the front end, Elberton Fling and Bitsy Patterson. Hatboro Hurricane right behind them. About 7 lengths further back to Southwoods and another 5 to Do What. 4 horses pretty spread out around as they head out around the far turn. Hatboro Hurricane jumps a little closer to the leader. Elberton Fling right now comes up on that one's outside as they head to the fence at the top of the lane. They come back into view, and that's still Elberton Fling, but here comes Hatboro Hurricane. Hatboro Hurricane continues to jump brilliantly, makes up ground on Elberton Fling at every jump. And now that one shows the way with only heads apart with Elberton Fling. Southwoods has moved a little closer into the third spot. Do What and Patty Miller continue to trail. Elberton Fling finds the front end again with Bitsy Patterson. That's Elberton Fling with about 1.5 lengths. Sticky jump there from Hatboro Hurricane, 5 further back to Southwoods, who's moving very easily, and then a long way back. That is Do What. Last fence of the infield, and here comes Elberton Fling. He gets in a little deep, so does Hatboro Hurricane. Southwoods jump very nicely there, and here comes Do What. Round the turn and out in the country they go. Alexander Robertson has said it's time to go to the front, and Hatboro Hurricane does just that. Elberton Fling in the second spot. Brilliant jump there. 5.5 further back to Southwoods, and Santa Nelson, she's just waiting her time back there. Do What and Patty Miller continue to trail, and they seem to be losing distance from the front 3. As they travel parallel to the Elkton Road, that's Hatboro Hurricane and Alex Robertson. Now she's opening up a little bit. Elberton Fling continues to come back. Southwoods has about the same 5.5 lengths to make up. But Santa Nelson appears to be sitting on a ton of horse at this moment. They've reached the farthest area of the course, and that is Hatboro Hurricane on the front end. 2.5 back to Elberton Fling, and another 3 back to Southwoods, and here comes Do What moving back into contention from the back of the pack. These horses are starting to close ranks a little bit as they make the turn back to what was the first jump on the course. Hatboro Hurricane. Elberton Fling saves ground on that turn. Elberton Fling jumps right back up with Hatboro Hurricane. Southwoods and Do What both move closer. Patty Miller from the back of the pack has really plugged in Do What now, and we're going to see a big run from that one down the hill. But it's Elberton Fling on the front end. Elberton Fling's got the inside panel here with Hatboro Hurricane right on its flank. Southwoods in the third spot. That's back to Do What still in the fourth spot. They've got a little over 3/4 of a mile to run. Down in the valley they go, and as they go into the valley, that's Elberton Fling leading the way. 2.5 back to Hatboro Hurricane, and another 3 to Southwoods. Elberton Fling continues to show the way. Good jump there from that one on the front end, and it's got 2.5 to 3 lengths on Hatboro Hurricane.
Further ahead.
Southwoods inching ever closer, only a length behind in the third spot, and about another 4.5 to 5 lengths back to Do What? Elberton Fling and Bitsy Patterson. They open up a little bit on Hatboro Hurricane, who appears to be finished for today's activities. As Southwoods now goes by that one and moves into the second spot. Do What back in the fourth spot. So it's Elberton Fling as they come to the last. He's on the front end, and Southwoods is in hot pursuit. They've got 5/16 of a mile to run. Elberton Fling, Southwoods, Hatboro Hurricane, and Do What? Hatboro Hurricane actually making another run from the inside. Southwoods on the outside. But it's Elberton Fling on the front end. Elberton Fling's got about a half-length advantage now. Here comes Southwoods up the challenge. Elberton Fling and Southwoods looks to be galloping by an easy sort of winner right here. Southwoods by a half-length over Elberton Fling, and Do What gets up to the third spot. Challenge. Elberton Fling and Southwoods looks to be galloping by an easy sort of winner right here. Southwoods by a half-length. Here we go.
Actually, by early May, we usually don't get any. I think once May comes, we don't get any 3. And a lot of 2 days which is nice.
And they're off.
Point to points, basically.
They headed up and over the first jump. That's Kinkajou and Class Valor right together on the front end. Truly Nolan back in the third spot. Kilmazon. Banjo Danson. And World Advocator right together. Jack of all trades right behind him at the back of the pack, but they're all very close, and it's Kinkajou and Nick Schweitzer on the front end. Inside of that one is Truly Nolan. Between them, of course, is Class Valor. Right behind there is Banjo Danson. Kilmazon, World Advocator, and Jack of all trades. They head into the valley heading towards the third jump. Truly Nolan now takes over a little bit of advantage over Kinkajou. Banjo Danson back in the third spot. Class Valor's right there alongside. Class Valor moves into third. World Advocator, Jack of all trades. Kilmazon is your trailer right now. About 12 lengths from the front of the back to the back of the pack, and it's Truly Nolan. He's got a 2-length advantage over Kinkajou. Another 2 lengths back to Class Valor, and right alongside him is the gray Banjo Danson. Round the far turn they go and head up towards the lane for the first time. Truly Nolan and Kinkajou. Kinkajou shows the way over that one. Class Valor boldly jumps into the second spot alongside Truly Nolan and Banjo Danson. Truly Nolan moves back into the lead as they head into the infield. Kinkajou on his inside, right between them Banjo Danson on the outside, another 2 lengths back. Class Fowler, another 2 to Jack of all trades, 3 more World Advocate, and a length to Kilmazon as a trailer. Any man's race right now as they head through the infield. Kinkajou, big jump there. Truly knowing Banjo dancing. Class Fowler. Last fence of the infield they come to, and Nick Schweitzer sitting pretty on the front end on Kinkajou. Sticky jump there from Class Fowler, all the rest up and over in good order. Back out into the outfield they go, and it's Kinkajou and Truly Knowing. Banjo dancing right there, 2.5 lengths behind him in the 3rd spot. Another 2 back to Class Fowler. Huge jump from Banjo dancing as he moves up into a challenging position there. Truly Knowing coming up to challenge Kinkajou for the lead. Truly Knowing moves by that one by about 1.5 lengths. Kinkajou now back in the 2nd spot, 1.5 lengths to Banjo dancing, another 1.5 lengths to Class Fowler, another 3 lengths further back to World Advocate. Jack of all trades, only heads apart. World Advocator takes out a paddle on that one. That slows him down a bit. Kilmazon moves a little closer. Truly Knowing and Kinkajou with Banjo Dancer. Those 3 have been out there and they continue to be. Class Fowler in the 3rd spot. Jack of all trades is starting to move into contention along with World Advocator. Kilmazon continues to trail. Round the far turn they go. Buddy Martin and Truly Knowing show the way again. Nick Schweitzer cuts inside of him on that one. Banjo Dancer back in the 3rd spot. Class Fowler still right there in 4th. Looks like Jack of all trades is making another run. Down the hill they go. That's Truly Knowing and Buddy Martin. Kinkajou and Nick Schweitzer right alongside. 3 lengths further back to Banjo Dance and another 3 back, and we've got Class Fowler. Truly Knowing and Kinkajou. Truly Knowing's got about a 4-length advantage now to Kinkajou. Another 4 back to Class Fowler and Banjo Dancing. Down to the valley they go. Half a mile to go. Truly Knowing, Kinkajou, about 1.5 lengths apart. 3 lengths further back to Class Fowler and the veteran Jay Meister there, moving up into a challenging position. Another 5.5 to Banjo Dancer. Banjo Dancing, and that's Kilmazon and Jack of all trades about to go by that one. Round the far turn, and it's Truly Knowing and Kinkajou. Class Fowler, and now here comes Kilmazon and Billy Meister from the 4th spot and Jack of all trades from the 5th spot. Truly Knowing and Kinkajou. Class Fowler, Jack of all trades and Kilmazon. Up to the last. Kinkajou jumps it on top. Truly Knowing in the 2nd spot. Here comes Jack of all trades. They've got 3/16 of a mile to go, and it's Kinkajou and Truly Knowing. Jack of all trades on the outside. Kinkajou on the rail. Truly Knowing on the outside. Jack of all trades. Kinkajou and Truly Knowing. Kinkajou, Truly Knowing, Kinkajou, Truly Knowing, Truly Knowing.
Got one more.
Kinkajou on the rail. Truly Knowing on the outside.
Go on, buddy!
Jack
Go
of all
on!
Truly. Keep the two, Truly Nolan. Keep the two, Truly Nolan. Keep the two, Truly Nolan. Truly Nolan.
Oh, that's cross Hunters. Yeah. Everybody should have some.
Flag is up. They turn and they are off. Solo Lord off to an early lead. Solo Lord and Floyd Joy right there. Floyd Joy shows the way over the first fence by a couple. They're well bunched back there for the second spot. But that's Floyd Joy on the front end, Solo Lord. Full approach right there in the third spot along with Falconero. Falconero jumps into the second spot with a big jump there. Floyd Joy and Falconero. Eric's Choice back there in third as they make the round and go into the valley. Floyd Joy and Falconero. Eric's Choice back there in third with Alex Robertson. Back into view, Floyd Joy with about a 3-length advantage over Falconero. Solo Lord right there alongside. Javavu moves up into the third spot, Solo Lord in the fourth spot. Another 2 lengths further back, we've got Eric's Choice as they round the far turn. But it's Floyd Joy. He's got about a 1 3/4 to 2 length advantage. Falconero's stalking him closely. They round the turn to the top of the lane. Floyd Joy and Billy Meister continue to show the way. Falconero 2 lengths behind that one, another 3 back to Java Boom. Right there behind, tucked in behind that one is Solo Lord in the fourth spot. Tirandara now moves up into contention. Floyd Joy 2 lengths back to Falconero. Jack Fisher moves a little closer on full approach. Sticky jump there by a couple of them, but Floyd Joy continues to jump well on the front end. Jody Petty's got a handful of horse and Falconero in the second spot. Full approach in the third spot. They seem to be jumping by the Braille method out there as they head out into the far fields again. And it is Floyd Joy. Now full approach in the second spot. Falconero takes that part back. B Tough has moved into contention in the fourth spots. Tirandar right there alongside. Not far back we find Java Boom. The trailers being Solo Lord and Eric's Choice. Floyd Joy continues to show the way. He's got a 2 length advantage and there's a bunch behind him. Full approach and Falconero right there together for the second spot. As they approach the farthest end of the course, it's Floyd Joy and Falconero. bit closer to that one there in the third spot, but it's Floyd Joy. Falconera, Tirandara, full approach. Be Tough still hanging in there. Java Boom inches closer, as does Solo Lord at Eric's Choice. Floyd Joy and Falconer seem to be stretching away from the rest of the field right now. Be Tough moves into the third spot. Down in the valley they go. Floyd Joy shows the way. Floyd Joy with about a 4-length advantage over Falconero. Those two continue to jump well. Full approach and Be Tough right together. Here and right behind them. The field appears to stretch out a little bit, and Floyd Joy continues to have an advantage. He's got a little bit less than a half a mile to go. Floyd Joy, 3.5 lengths to the good of Falconero. Around the far turn, Floyd Joy and Falconero. Be Tough back in the third spot. Down to the last they come, Floyd Joy and Falconero. Falconero jumps to the floor over that one. Falconero goes right by Floyd Joy like he's standing still. Falconero begins to open up. And down the lane they come, and it's all Falconero, Floyd Joy, and then Be Tough. They've got a little more than a 16th of a mile to go, and it's Falconero all the way now. Falconero, Floyd Joy, Be Tough. Here comes Java Boom and Turndale fighting it out for the second spot, but it's Falconero.
Hey, still one more to go.
They've got a little more than a 16th of a mile to go, and it's Falconero all the way now. Falconero, Floyd Joy, Be Tough. Here comes Java Boom and Turndale fighting it out for the second spot, but it's Falconero.
Oh, don't drop the bait. Hey, we need everybody real close together. Courtney, you can turn it around.
And they're off. That looks like 47 paces going right to the front end. Saluter right there with him. Sunworthy. Timbuktu now moves from the outside to grab the lead. Timbuktu is now opening up about a 2-length advantage over Saluter as they head down to the second fence. Sunworthy right there in the third spot. 47 paces, takes out a rail there. He's on the inside track, but it's Timbuktu and Jay Meister. Sunworthy, Saluter, 47 paces right there. That leaves Storm North and Ivory Poacher. Poacher has jumped up into the third position. Storm North now in the fourth spot, 47 paces, and Saluter is on the other end of the field right now. Timbuktu now widens his advantage to about 10 lengths. Jay Meister may be looking to steal a big advantage over these horses and give them a lot to run at the end. It's Timbuktu on the front end right now. They straighten away and come into the lane. It's Timbuktu. Sunworthy still in the second spot. Ivory Poacher. Storm North in 47 paces, only heads apart, and Saluter. Saluter looking for a little space on the inside. Timbuktu on the front end with a bad jump there. Sunworthy. Ivory Poacher. Saluter's now moved into the third spot. He had it up in the back. Timbuktu with a big jump there. Sunworthy, Saluter, Ivory Poacher with a sticky jump there. Storm North jumping nicely, moves up. And that's 47 paces behind him now. But here he is, Timbuktu, big jump there. Sunworthy, Saluter, Ivory Poacher, and Storm North, and 47 paces. They head out into the backfield. Timbuktu with about a 4-length advantage over Sunworthy, another 3 back to, make that 2 back to Saluter, another length back to Ivory Poacher. 47 paces in Storm North. It's any man's race as they head out into the country. Jay Meister and Timbuktu continue to show the way. Sunworthy moving up a little closer. Ivory Poacher and Saluter. Saluter takes over the third spot. Ivory Poacher back in the fourth spot. Storm North at 47 paces, but it's still Timbuktu. They round that turn, it's Timbuktu with a 5-length advantage over Sunworthy, 3 further back to Saluter, 3 more to Ivory Poacher, half-length further back, that's 47 paces, and another length behind is Storm North. They've got a mile to run, and it's anybody's race, but it's Timbuktu they've got to catch. They've got to run to Timbuktu. Timbuktu, 5 lengths on Sunworthy. Saluter still in the third spot. 3 of them across the track after that. Timbuktu. Timbuktu and Jay Meister will take this field down into the valley. Sunworthy right there with Bitsy Patterson in the second spot. 3 lengths behind there we find Saluter. Then comes 47 paces, Ivory Poacher and Storm North. But Timbuktu seems to be widening with a half-mile to go, and jumping beautifully he is. Sunworthy, 8 lengths back in the second spot, another 2 back to Saluter. Another 2.5 further back, we find 47 paces. Ivory Poacher is beginning to make his run. Timbuktu. 8 lengths to the good of Sunworthy. Here comes Saluter on his outside to challenge, and behind him, Ivory Poacher is making his run. Timbuktu. The lead is diminishing as Saluter comes at him. Poachers making a challenge from the back along with Sunworthy, and down the lane they come. Saluda and Timbuktu are at it now. Saluda's got an advantage on it. Here comes Ivory Poacher. Saluda, 2.5 lengths to the good, but here comes Ivory Poacher, eating up ground every step, but not enough ground as it's Saluda. Saluda's got an advantage, and here comes Ivory Poacher! Saluda, 2.5 lengths to the good, but here comes Ivory Poacher, eating up ground every step, but not enough ground as it's Saluda! Trainers, riders, officials, and sponsors to come back to the T-Barn afterwards. Again, thank you very much. Congratulations.